Today is the coldest morning we've had so far. No frost yet though, but the fog is very thick. We've had some visitors by Alba. They looked very hungry, so I gave them some oats. So I cut my finger yesterday. I was cooking and the knife is very sharp because we've got a knife sharpener now that is working really well. I cut my finger and luckily it was on the left hand, and I cut it in the way that a half of a nail snapped off. So I'm missing a half of a nail, but the rest of the finger it's kind of like, it looks like it's ripped. The finger itself is okay, but there's been a lot of blood, and I was on my own. I was cooking dinner. From childhood, I know that if I see lots of blood, I get really queasy and I might pass out. That happened to me before. Yeah, I was very conscious of trying to sort it out without looking at it, and I still got really nauseous and everything. But first, I needed to stop the blood, which was quite a bit of it. And yeah, the point is you're supposed to press on the finger to stop the blood, but that's where the nail was ripped. So it was a very challenging moment. I didn't really know what to do, but it's been interesting to experience being on the boat while injured, because I don't think if in the last 3.5 years I've been injured on the boat, and we are now in winter and they find it consistent checking over, and the ashtray needs to be emptied and everything needs to be done, and you have to look after everything. You can't just there's a lot of jobs, and the coal bucket needs topping up. Even though my injury is very small and I'm very grateful that it's on the left hand and I can do most things, I still try not to move left hand. I don't want it to bleed. Basically, I feel like it's still very sensitive and it can bleed at any point, so I'm just not moving it at the moment. Just put in perspective how really challenging it is how risky it is to live on the boat on your own. What if you get injured? There is literally, you need support immediately. You need help. You might be able to be okay for a few hours, but if you can't lift your coal bag, or if you run out of anything, it's life-threatening. Having an injury on the boat is life-threatening because you are off-grid. You have to constantly work for living, just to stay alive and warm and have water and all that stuff. So yeah, it's a serious thing, even though obviously I haven't got a serious thing, but for other people it could be very serious if you have an injury, a big injury. I've been cooking yesterday. Obviously everything was just all still out, all the dirty stuff out. I don't really want to do washing up or anything because I just don't want to move until I see the wound at least dry. It doesn't bleed anymore, hopefully. And then even opening the fire door to add stuff on or get the ash out, a lot to think about. So I've decided just to have a half a day off or whatever and try not to move, because yeah, it is pretty challenging. The reality of boat life, that it's actually, once you're well, you can sort out any issues or any challenges, but when you're not, it can get very, very tricky very soon. morning has been so busy and emotional. We woke up and we needed to get water, which is only a few, like, I don't know, 100, 200 meters away from where we were moored. And we got there and realized that the council has changed the taps and we no longer can connect our hoses to it. So basically we can't get any water, which was just so disappointing. And also, I mean, we have no water, we need water, what do we do? Where do we go? So I knew that there is another water point nearby, so I went to check. The tap was still the same and our hose fit, so the problem was that we couldn't actually get to it because that's where the permanent winter moorings are. So I ended up knocking on the door on one of the boats, and luckily we were met by really friendly boaters, Dino and Monica, who let us double moor next to them and use that tap. We were just so, like, shocked and disappointed of this happening, but luckily we've got water now and we're moving back to the spot because we have a lot of errands to do. We haven't even gone picked up gas and diesel and coal, so we are going out for a while. We're actually going to go to Bristol and see our friends, but going to have to leave all the chores for tomorrow. We have bought a Christmas tree, but we've not had any time to put it up or decorate it. We are leaving all of that for tomorrow, unfortunately. I mean, this was meant to be an hour maximum job, and luckily we've got water, but yeah, it has taken us about 3 hours. So that's early morning on the river. And check this out, so these old gloves that I found, they are perfect for now because, you know, I've had the injury. If I can take it off now. Anyway, my bandage fits in it, so I can actually wear gloves. Just great news.
Some potted Christmas tree from Tesco.
Yeah.
Every little helps. It's a little bit small there.
It fits well though.
Yeah, it's a bit smaller than we normally have, but yeah, it was the biggest one there, so.
Okay. Well, at least the Santa will fit this year on the tree.
I just hope it's a nice full one. You never know until you get them home. Does it look good?
Looks good. She just needs to relax a little bit. The tree is a little bit smaller than last year, but she's nice and fluffy and we love her. She's a potted tree, so at the end of the season, well, at the end of the celebrations, we will plant her somewhere and hopefully she'll survive. That's what we do every year with our Christmas trees. They don't always survive, but at least we try. We are going to the world's first amazement park in Bristol, which is called Awake the Tiger. It's an adventure experience combining an art gallery, escape room, interactive theme park, and maybe even detailed film set with a surreal and very colourful twist.
I used to have a phone like this at home.
It was, as promised, absolutely amazing. We got lost in this indescribable theatre play, solving puzzles and successfully completing a very important mission.
My dream is to join the Earth Guild. My dream.
What happens in here?
It's a room of mirrors.
Take a piece of paper and tell the universe what you want to manifest. Remember that you're powerful.
Right, what do you want to manifest? You are the great creator, the dreamer of dreams. Everything begins with you. Free cheese for all. Okay, and then what do you do with it? You put it in the mayo.
Have we successfully lost the family?
We have successfully lost the family, yes.
Thank you all so much for watching. Tune in next week for the Christmas episode. It's going to be a fun one. Huge thank you to our amazing patrons for supporting these videos. If you want to be part of our Christmas party next week, join us on Patreon. Sending you all our love. See you in the next one.